Okay, I think we're live here. Okay, we are live here on this very interesting edition of CINEMATALKEry, or we should say the Coronavirus COVID-19 edition of CINEMATALKEry that I didn't want to have, but there's no choice. It's time to have it because everything's getting altered right now. Everything's changing, whether it's sports, entertainment, you name it. It's scary. It's scary. I've never witnessed anything like this before. People who I know are older, decades older than me, haven't witnessed anything like this before, because we're seeing college basketball just canceled 5 big conference tournaments. There's somehow, I'm watching on my TV right now, there's still something going. There's still a Big East tournament going. I don't know how that's even possible. It's just weird and eerie. And the NCAA tournament itself still isn't canceled yet. But the main reason why we're talking about this is because we're going into film, the movie industry here, which has been very greatly impacted over the past, I would say, 10 minutes. I mean, technically over the past couple of weeks with how James Bond No Time to Die was delayed until later this year. But we just found out that Fast 9 is getting not a delay to later this year, but to all the way to April of 2021. A full year from its scheduled release date from April. Or maybe it was May. I'm not sure, but either way, it's we have a full year because of the coronavirus and it's widespread. Yeah, just how widespread it is. We're getting a full year wait for Fast 9, and it's almost blockbuster season now too for Hollywood. So you can assume that Black Widow might move, which comes out May 1st. You have Mulan from Disney, which is supposed to be coming out, I believe, March 27th. That's going to be interesting. It's just over 2 weeks away. And if that moves, I would assume Black Widow is going to end up moving. We also don't know where we're going to be at with the state of the coronavirus in 2 weeks. It could start to dampen out or be contained in this next 2 weeks. Who knows? But I would be surprised if more films like Mulan, Black Widow, any big name thing coming out in April gets moved. I wouldn't be surprised if if most films, big or small, get delayed. And that's another hit to the economy with all these businesses and losing money. You're gonna get every little thing losing money from the movie. Yeah, movie theaters losing money. If you follow the stock market, just a whole summation of everything. It's unprecedented the times that we're living in right now, and I've never lived through anything like this. I never thought I'd live through anything like this. I thought this was always kind of just a thing in the movies, something that would be in the movies. But it's crazy. So I want to get into a little more here with this because there's movies out right now that are going to be impacted if they haven't already been impacted. You have Disney and Pixar's Onward, which just came out last week. People aren't going to be going outside. I mean, it's going to be more and more people around the world that are going to be containing themselves inside their homes or hospitals, wherever they may be. So you can figure that's going to take a pretty sharp dip now. And it had an okay opening weekend, but it's hard to think that's going to make a lot more money moving forward. Same thing with The Way Back. Bloodshot's supposed to be coming out tomorrow. Are these movies, I mean, it's might be too soon at this point to take these movies away, but what are they going to do at the box office? I mean, this is all unprecedented, but could these studios end up giving these films to making deals with maybe Netflix, maybe I don't know, HBO Go, Hulu, Disney Plus, whatever streaming services are out there right now. Could they do something unprecedented like that and maybe make a deal to put them on streaming services to get them seen? I'm just spitballing here. I obviously don't know for sure, and I don't even know if that's a viable thing. But if it's too soon to pull these films out, or if they just want people to get their eyes on them, maybe that's a reality here. I mean, again, we're in unprecedented times here. Who knows what's going to happen next? Because things are changing by the minute, by the second. I'm sure doing this live stream for the past 7 minutes or so, I've missed something, because everything's just changing. I'm looking at breaking news headlines on the TV right now with professional athletes getting diagnosed with COVID-19. We had Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson getting diagnosed with it while they were in Australia. They announced last night. That's just. Oof. That's frightening too. Yeah, and that's the first known. Those are the first known cases for anyone in the movie industry, from what I think or what I know. So, and who knows? Maybe there's gonna be more to come, because this virus is spreading like wildfire right now, and there's professional athletes over in Europe who have been diagnosed. There's government officials around here who have been diagnosed. It's taking an effect on everything. But yeah, before we go on to more of a tangent about that, yeah, with films, it's going to take obviously a massive hit at the box office, because you probably could have penned in Fast 9 to make $1 billion this spring. There's no doubt about it. Now, maybe it's gonna just wait a year to do that, but looking for how much money the movie studios are gonna be making this year, along with the movie theaters themselves, that's a big hit. These industries are gonna be losing a lot of money, millions and millions of dollars. It's gonna set things back big time, and it's gonna put an even bigger emphasis on these films eventually cashing in well at the box office whenever they do come out. But then you get the problem of, is the coronavirus going to further limit people from wanting to go out into public places down the line? Now, that's perhaps drastic, but people could have anxiety. Simple as that. Anxiety and stress over being in these huge public gatherings, and it could really change things for a long time. I can't imagine that this is going to go away anytime soon. There's no, from what everyone understands, there's no vaccine, there's no cure out for it right now. So, yeah, who really knows? It's gonna be losing a lot of money, and yeah, maybe it's gonna make 2021 a bigger boon at the box office, because some of these films are going to be pushed back. I'm figuring more are going to be pushed back too. Films that are going to be coming out later in May, perhaps June. There's Wonder Woman coming out in June. Still a little far off, but you never know. Especially with all these films too. We're only probably thinking of the United States box office. There's the box office also has its effect around the world. China is a big revenue generator for these films, and something like Fast 9 or James Bond: No Time to Die, or even Black Widow too, which has a big Marvel following over there, or a big Disney following in general. Those, and not having that is and then to release these films, it just doesn't make sense to put them out right now, But oh man, there's so many things that go into this. There's so many things I'm still trying to wrap my head around to try to get more nuanced thoughts on this, because these are just all flying around, and everything's changing. You don't know what's going to happen next. It's just hard. It's just hard to know what's going to happen next here. And I'm even checking my phone right now to see if I missed anything, because we're still waiting on things like WrestleMania from WWE that hasn't been officially announced, even though the city of Tampa was meeting about it today. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything different right now based on what I'm looking at on Twitter on my phone here, but we're still waiting on the NHL. The NHL hasn't announced anything. The Big East, again, there's college basketball being played right now at Madison Square Garden without any fans and with a very limited amount of people in the stands there. I assume it's family and team personnel and whatnot, but what's the point? What's the point of risking anything when there's such big when this is being just transmitted through big gatherings? Even playing a sport, you're sweating, you're all touching the basketball, germs are getting on. I saw this being explained today by former NBA players on ESPN's Get Up. Why is this being risked? Especially if the pros aren't playing, why are the colleges playing? Why? I know I'm diverting myself from the film stuff here, but it's just so hard to ignore when everywhere else is shutting down these gatherings, these events, and even for sports that we're playing on, just having no fans and playing the games anyway. Because once they found out Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell tested positive for the coronavirus, obviously changed everything. But now, why? These other conferences have canceled their tournaments, and there's really, I just gotta fix this camera here. There's really just no point right now. Absolutely no point. God, this camera. Sorry, this camera's quality is up and down at times. Get a little blurry here. Yeah, this isn't ideal right now. But okay, it should be okay right for now. Let's see if this doesn't. Okay, there we go. So yeah, none of this makes sense right now to have any type of professional sports game. It's even a collegiate sports game. These college campuses are all shut down right now, and yet these student athletes are being risked right now. It's almost like there's no reason to be risking yourself in any type of big public gathering. I even went to the movie theater last night. Yes, there was only 5 people in the theater, but even that probably wasn't even smart on my part. Because, and yes, I'm maybe taking a very, maybe I'm being very, I don't even know what line you want to go here with it. But the route I was taking with it, because I went to go see The Way Back last night. And this was before the outbreak of canceling everything went into effect. But it's, maybe I shouldn't have even done that. I don't even know. I feel fine, but who knows? I know for a fact that I probably won't be going to see a movie anytime soon, unless I'm all by myself in the theater. maybe that's just my opinion on it, but yeah, it's gonna be for a while. It's gonna be a lot of Netflix. It's gonna be a lot of Hulu, Disney Plus. Hell, maybe it's gonna be time to. If movies are gonna be getting delayed left and right, maybe it's gonna be time to just start making this movie channel into one that just talks about Netflix and Hulu releases. Why not? Why not? There's nothing else really if there's nothing else going to be going on, especially if things are going to start or continue getting delayed, I mean, I'm going to do something on the way back still, just because it's content, and it's probably going to be the freshest content I'm going to have for a little while on here, for at least things that are going to be bigger name films. But yeah, it's going to be a thing in general too. With so many people are going to be staying home now, or who are already staying home, the pivot's going to be going towards Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, all these streaming channels, networks, services, whatever. They're going to see a bit. I'm going to guess they're going to be seeing a boost over the coming maybe 1 to 2 months here in subscribers. People are going to be staying home. They're going to be watching those films. They're going to be watching that new Mark Wahlberg film that came out. I don't even know what the name of it is. There's the Hulu releases that are coming out, or have already come out, like for the TV show Devs, which I saw the first 2 episodes. Really good stuff. The TV networks themselves probably have more episodes to churn out. People are going to be all over those, I would think. Especially the CW with their dramas. But there's also, at the same time too, these TV show networks that are starting to pull the plug on their own productions, because their productions for their current seasons were ongoing. I know Riverdale on the CW just pulled theirs. I know for Disney Plus, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, even though that's not coming out until later this year, they halted their production too, and they were filming overseas. And who knows when any of that's going to pick up? Is Falcon and the Winter Soldier even going to come out as expected? Yeah, the dominoes are just continuing to fall. They're going to continue to fall for hours, days, weeks, months. And right now it's by the minute. It's by the minute. 'Cause I'm going to do another check here right now to see if anything is getting updated here. Yeah, the MLB is about to make an announcement on spring training, which was inevitable, because we're losing all sports. All sports are going away, which is also wild, because there's always a time when there's always sports on TV. And there's going to be no sports news now unless it's about updating when these leagues are going to come back. And right now, who knows? Who knows when they're coming back? Could be a couple months. Could be canceling their entire respective seasons. We're in unprecedented territory here. Just like we're in unprecedented territory with these movies getting pushed back. We could be wiping out an entire blockbuster film season that was going to happen for the next 2 to 3 months. Yeah, like I ran through all those movies, and there's, you know what, I'm going to pull up on here movies are coming out that could possibly be pushed back here. Movies 2020 releases. Yeah, might as well. Oh yeah, I don't know how I'm forgetting this too. A Quiet Place Part 2, which is supposed to come out in the week, just pushed back. So if that's getting pushed back, then you'd think Mulan's gonna be the next one, unless Disney feels it just wants to push it out there because they can afford taking a hit, which would be stupid still, but you never know. Yeah, if that happens, then maybe Black Widow. I don't know, but yeah, let's pull up the 2020 release list here. For where we're at in the schedule right now. There's Mulan. There's April 3rd. We were supposed to have the Lovebirds and the New Mutants. Can you imagine if the New Mutants got pushed back again? Oh wow, I'm sorry. Just getting delayed here because they're handing out a conference tournament trophy to teams that aren't even playing. Yeah, but anyway, sorry, I got distracted there. But the New Mutants. Imagine if that got pushed back again. I mean, it had its own separate reasons before for getting pushed back, but imagine if that continues or happens again. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. There's the Lovebirds again with the Kumail Nanjiani movie. Supposed to be coming out April 3rd. My Spy, April 17th. There's Antebellum, supposed to be coming out April 24th. Black Widow, May 1st. Legally Blonde 3, May 8th. Scoob, the Scooby-Doo movie, May 15th. The Cannes Film Festival, May 12th. Fast and Furious 9 was May 22nd. Of course, that's getting pushed back to next April. The SpongeBob movie, May 22nd. Artemis Fowl, May 29th. Wonder Woman 1984, June 5th. Candyman, June 12th. Greyhound, Tom Hanks film, June 12th. Pixar's Soul, June 19th. I'm sure I'm forgetting things here, but there's In the Heights, June 26th. Minions, Rise of Gru, July 3rd. Ghostbusters Afterlife, July 10th. Jungle Cruise, July 24th. Bob's Burgers, July 17th. Tenet, July 17th. The Informer, July 31st. I don't even know what that is. Morbius, July 31st. Peter Rabbit 2 already got pushed back to August 7th. So, and there's so many more. I won't name every single movie on the schedule this year, but there are just so much. There's so many things coming out in the next 3 months. That's going to take a real it's just going to be interesting to see what happens. We don't know what's going to happen here. I don't know. Right? I really don't know. Oh man. So I don't know if we should leave off here or we should keep going, because news is probably going to continue to fly in. Because all we can do right now is speculate. I'm not a doctor. All we can do is just speculate right now. For what could be next in film, other entertainment avenues, sports, which sports again are going away except for Creighton versus St. John's from Madison Square Garden, which again, it does not make sense why it's being played. I would think this is going to be the last college basketball or last sporting event being played for a while, unless the NCAA decides to run with the NCAA tournament for the men and the women, which would be just utterly irresponsible with where we're at right now. Because the job should be for the entire world to contain this coronavirus as quickly as possible so it doesn't spread and infect more people like health experts are expecting. Action is better to happen sooner than later, and we've already taken the world itself has already taken a while, and we've seen China and I believe South Korea might have been take steps and Italy taking steps towards telling everyone stay inside. We're shutting everything down. As a result, numbers have gone down, at least in China, from what I've read, for coronavirus cases. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to be getting there sooner than later. We're pretty much at that point with schools. We're at the point again with sports and entertainment. We're going to be at the point where we're staying inside, stacking up on the essentials that we need, and trying to stay healthy and hoping for the best. Of course, if you're walking into this healthy already, you'll probably be okay, because there have been thousands of cases of coronavirus that have been healed from. So this is a treatable thing. But for the elderly and for people who have underlying medical conditions, it's a cause for concern. I don't even know if this deals with it for me, but I have my own stomach concerns, stomach health issues that I'm trying to protect here too, and that scares me. Scares me a little bit. But I've always been very safe with washing my hands. Keeping myself, and social distance when I've been out in public, and that's for everyone. That just goes for everyone what they need to do. Yeah, it's we're in a scary time right now. We're in a very unprecedented time right now. We haven't seen anything like this probably since SARS in the early 2000s. I don't even know if we're going to get to the point of where we compare this to a plague. No, it's not going to be a plague, but the more yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that, but comparing it to the more widespread the widespread of an infectious disease, which much of that took place in the early 1900s with other pandemics that went on. I can't name them off the top of my head, but yeah, we're living in a very unprecedented time for everyone in the world right now. It's scary in the entertainment industry, the sports industry. You gotta take care of yourself. You gotta make sure that you're taking all the necessary precautions and taking this seriously. This is not a laughing matter. This is not a joke. This is not a hoax. The coronavirus is real. COVID-19, whatever you want to call it, it's real. There's no conspiracy theories. It's something you gotta watch out for and protect yourself from, because it's spreading, and I hope you stay safe with it. Yeah, so I'm sure I'll be putting out more CINEMATALKEry content on here. The Shea Ball stuff for the Mets I've been doing, or I just started doing last week. No reason to do that right now. Really no point, especially if they're not going to be getting any type of sports stuff anytime soon. We at least have the avenue of movies through Netflix and Hulu and whatnot, and if I'm going to be home a lot more often, then it's probably then might as well just dig into the streaming library, see what we can do, and produce some content here. Why not? So we'll do that at some point, maybe soon. I also saw The Way Back last night, so I'm probably going to do a video on that first, coming up maybe within the next couple days. Very good, very, very good film, by the way. Maybe Ben Affleck's best performance since Argo. But yeah, so that will do it for this weird edition of CINEMATALKEry. Stay safe, everyone, and I hope you take the best practices possible to be good. Thanks for watching. And subscribe and follow me at Real Rob Wolkin on Twitter if you're watching this live or you're watching this afterward.